Live only on DAZN. He silenced Britain's best. Usyk, the Brit breaker, but now the dynamite is ready to explode. One night, one shot at Undisputed. Usyk versus Dubois 2. July 19th. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
This is Charlie Parsons for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate and available on DAZN. I should also say Charlie Parsons for Matchroom Boxing. Fucking somehow, mate. What do we think, Shan? Give me the beans, give me the energy.
I actually think you did quite well there.
Thanks, mate.
You're buzzing, aren't you?
I'm not going to lie, I was quite gassed.
I thought the presser went really well again. I mean, that was obviously the second presser we've done in the new format. I like it. And you know that it's a Matchroom presser, and that's what we want, because everything just looks the same nowadays. So yeah, really pleased with that. Went great card on Saturday, 12,000 in here, which is an unbelievable arena. Life is good. I'm really excited. I'm really pleased for Jesse Rodriguez that he's getting the plaudits that he deserves. Top 5 pound for pound fighter, but to draw that kind of audience outside of his home city, we're not near San Antonio. How many people could do those numbers not in their hometown? Very few. And to see a super flyweight do it, it's great to see people recognise him as a true generational great, which he is. And it's a great fight, tough fight.
Let's talk a little bit about the undercard.
Pacheco Macumbi, what a fight. I mean, I'm a bit nervous about this fight, if I'm honest. I mean, if I come back on Earth, I want to come back looking like Trevor Macumbi. Did you see the geezer?
He's got aura, isn't he?
He's ripped to shreds. To shreds. He's got one loss to Caleb Plant, where he had him over and had him in big trouble. He was a very good amateur. And I think for Diego Pacheco, at 24 years of age with 23 wins, this is the acid test. And if he wins this, he's going to be mandatory to Canelo Alvarez, which is, you know, obviously the dream. So a big test for him.
Can I pick up on that before we go rest of the card? Why are none of the big names, and maybe Diego himself? Like,
do you know what? It's a good question. It's one of the very few good questions you ask.
You prick.
And I want to say this, Turki al-Sheikh and everybody else. You keep mentioning these names. Why would you mention Christian and Billy to fight Canelo Alvarez? Who's Christian and Billy beat? He's just beaten Sulecki, who we beat 2 fights ago. Right? So people should be calling the name of Diego Pacheco. He's the one who's #1 with the WBO. He's the one that's going to be mandatory. He's the Mexican-American 23-0, the future of the 168-pound division. But this is a real test. And if he comes through on Saturday, we want Canelo, we want Hamza Shirez, we want Jaime Munguia, we want Bruno Saras, whoever. But this guy has so much upside. He's a young man, but this is a big test. So if he comes through, and if he comes through in style, I want to see people calling out the name of Diego Pacheco. And if you want us to fight Billy in Riyadh season or whatever, we'll do that as well. No problem, because he'll beat Billy.
Amari Jones out here pulling
brilliant,
medals
he done
out
great.
his
Yeah,
pocket.
I mean, that was quite cool, wasn't it? I mean, look, our talent globally is incredible. Our young talent is fantastic. Amari Jones, I think, is, you know, the future of American boxing. Olympic bronze medalist, clean cut, like blue chip star. Nishant Dev is going to change boxing in India forever. Those two, I mean, but you two building up the beef, they're 2-0. And you're like, yeah, you two, you know, would you want to, yeah, he's like, and Nishant's like, yeah, that fight would be great for a world championship. Then you've got, yeah, but dodgy decision in the amateurs, wasn't it, Amari? Then Amari puts on his medal that stopped Nishant from going, I mean...
But you're not a happy promoter?
Yeah, it was good, but I just want him to focus on Saturday. But I'm very blessed with the talent that we have. And those two are 2 tremendous 154-pounders.
Right, Edward, I don't know, 32 hours ago we spoke, and you said about Chris Eubank Jr. maybe retiring. I caught up with Napa maybe 2 hours before the news dropped regarding kind of like his negotiations with Seller and everything. All of a sudden the Ring put out that they are no longer, the Ring Riyadh season Seller are no longer involved with the rematch for Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. What on earth has happened?
I think it's probably frustration from Turki al-Sheikh, if I'm honest. I mean, we've spent the last month, and when I say we, Seller, Ring Magazine, Matchroom, Boxer, putting together options for the date. The date was always going to be the 20th or the 27th of September. There was correspondence from Boxer to say those dates should be fine, no problem. Boxer were involved in conversations with Seller and with venues, planning meetings to go to this incredible stadium that we had booked. And then all of a sudden, once Turki al-Sheikh announces it, Chris Eubank says, "Oh, I'm not ready for September 20th." It's like, what do you mean? And now I'm being told by his team that he was never ready for September 20th. And I'm like, you mean to tell me we've wasted a month of our time planning venues, meeting with potential venues, when you were never ever ready, but even your own team was involved in those conversations? None of it. I said to Napa today, listen, I love Napa. We don't have any beef, but it doesn't. I said, this don't look good for you, mate. He's like, I know. I said, the story don't add up. You can't have your team in meetings with venues to go on September 20th, and then you say to us you were never available. So I don't know. And I think the response from His Excellency is just tell you, like, move on. Let's get Conor Benn in a big fight.
So let me pick up on from what I infer from Napa. Spoke to Boxing King Media, he spoke to us, but obviously it was kind of pointless with the news that came out. But from what I understand, on their end, it was a matter of negotiating terms. Now, from your side,
it's nothing to do with
let me just say this. From your side, you signed a contract for the rematch to be £160 with a £10 rehydration. On their end, they're saying they just signed a contract for a rematch. But no clauses, no date,
again,
no nothing.
That's for the same terms. Forget the terms. The terms are already pre-agreed, but whatever. This is just about the date and being ready. And Eubank is saying that medically he's not ready for that date. But why have these people wasted a month of Riyadh season's time, Turki al-Sheikh planning, announcing everything? And I think his response was just right, get rid of you. Like, I just can't waste my time with these people. We'll move on. And now, look, there's many things that can happen now. We can still do the fight, firstly. But we will be working now with His Excellency in Riyadh season for Conor Benn to look at all opportunities. And, you know, Conor Benn is... You have to understand right now that despite it burning and infuriating many people, Conor Benn is one of the biggest stars in boxing. He's one of the biggest stars in British boxing, unquestionably. And he has unbelievable opportunities and options in front of him. There isn't a man anywhere near 147 that isn't calling out Conor Benn. But it's a very specific list that we're targeting. Because, make one thing clear, Conor Benn is mega. And you got to be the right dance partner for us to be in a mega fight. Conor Benn's on big bucks.
What's Conor's thoughts on all this? I spoke to him a few days ago. The vibe was, let's hold out for Eubank.
Yeah, he's frustrated because he wants his revenge. That was the deal. One of the reasons we signed the fight in the first place was because we agreed for 2 fights. We feel like we've been shortchanged a little bit by Eubank, if we're honest, because it's like, we'll do the first one. It was a bit tough, so we'll swerve the second one.
You said you still can do the rematch. I woke up this morning, the lads group chat was fucking raging.
Oh, the lads
at the
group
fact
chat?
that fuck off. The fight
you
wasn't
and
happening.
some other geezer?
Edward, there's 12 man deep in the Siren
12 man deep in the Siren
Come
Sister
on,
group chat.
levels.
Give me 5 names.
DG,
SK,
Ben. Why are you looking at me like I'm a helmet?
You're just going to make it
Wilmot.
up? Wilmot?
Yeah.
Jazzy P?
Who the hell's Jazzy P?
The other one in the group chat.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
You believe
Dave,
I don't have friends?
Digger Dave?
Digger Dave?
Yeah.
Do you know who Digger D is?
Yeah, of course.
Come on. My G. No, but they are fuming, I can't lie.
Yeah, but listen.
I know, look, Conor has got options, but that fight is monumental.
Listen, just chill your beans, relax, see what spits out what. There's plenty of line to run in this one yet.
My guy, vintage Eddie Hearn. DAZN pay-per-view tweet, what did you make of it? It looks like it will be a kind of ring pass. What's your inference as of 24 hours in?
Nothing to do with my influence, my opinion.
Inference, as in what do you infer?
What, sorry? Oh, inference.
Yeah.
Very good.
Come on, mate.
Yeah.
A-star in English language, that was
Why has everything always got to revert back to you?
Because you like the word and it's all about me on the Stomping Ground, Shunt.
Right, okay.
Suck it up.
So I would say, great news for DAZN subscribers. I mean, look, one thing's for sure. The big fights, if they're on DAZN, and if they're on Sky Sports, and if they're on TNT or whatever, will always be on pay-per-view. The problem is, at the moment, there are so many big nights that there are too many pay-per-views. And what will be happening is you will start to limit the audience because people can't continuously keep paying for pay-per-views every couple of weeks. Right? So it seems like His Excellency has made the decision, which is great news for fight fans and great news particularly for DAZN subscribers, that there won't be pay-per-views for Ring Magazine and Riyadh season. Do I think that will be a long-term position? Maybe. But it's great news because great fight cards like last Saturday really need to be seen by as many people as possible because that's what's going to grow the sport. So by putting those fights on pay-per-view, you're going to limit the audience. So now, which is tremendous news for DAZN subscribers, you're going to see nights like last Saturday as part of your pay-per-view, part of your subscription schedule. For me, we don't really do that many pay-per-view events. Yeah, I guess obviously Benn Eubank we're involved with, AJ, but I would rather do non-pay-per-view events because that's really the whole beauty of the DAZN platform, is value for money for your subscription. But let's not, like in the real world, we need pay-per-view to make big fights, unless someone is willing to come up and lump up the money, which doesn't make sense on a balance sheet, but in the crazy world we live in, it seems to be happening at the moment. So I'm not going to sit here and say to you, yeah, I'm not doing pay-per-view either. I am doing pay-per-view for the biggest fights. But like Saturday night, which is a brilliant fight for the division, one of the best fights in the sport, we need to make sure that there's quality fights on the subscription platform of DAZN. And if we can include those Ring Magazine and Riyadh season events as well, great move from His Excellency and great news for fight fans and DAZN subscribers. I should be a politician, really.
No, don't do that, mate. We don't need that.
We actually do.
Well, we do, yeah.
You really do.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Good point. Did you see Versace's comments yesterday? He said,
Ariel?
No, about yourself.
Oh, right, no.
He may be running and making Turkey a cup of tea, but you will be close behind chasing Turkey's slippers.
Yeah, I will be. No, I'm listen, if Turkey wants a cup of tea, don't worry about that. I'll make it like that.
He said he was disappointed. You should know that he's a Diet Coke man.
He is a Diet Coke man, yeah.
What do you think of
I got a funny story.
I'm
just going to tell a funny story, right? So, when you meet with His Excellency, which is a great experience, right? And Versace's hilarious. I love it. Do you know what? A journalist just came over to me. He went, "Can I ask you, what's your relationship like with Turki Al-Sheikh and Rick Reno? It seems very frosty." I'm like, "No." I said, "Turkey's the king of fuckery. Do you understand? Like, he loves it. He loves it." I said, "We're all cool. I like Rick." You know, "Oh, right. I really thought you guys had fallen out."
So, you love that, right?
Yeah, but let me tell you this, which is hilarious. So when His Excellency sits down, he's got obviously a massive suite, right? And everyone's there and there's a lot of plotting and planning. So someone will come over to him and say to His Excellency, "Do you want a drink?" And he'll say, normally, Diet Coke, right? But he also has in front of him sometimes like a little tray or box or whatever with some chocolate bars in, right? They are His Excellency's chocolate bars. Right? You don't touch those bars, right? Well, one of the first meetings I ever had with him, I just plonked myself down on the sofa next to him, sat down and was like, "How you doing, mate?" "Oh, lovely." Leant forward and grabbed the Twix, right? So I'm just peeling this and I'm eating this Twix. I'm looking around and people are looking at me as if to go, "Oh my God, he's taking one of his Twixes." But that's the kind of relationship that I have with Turkey. Like, let me give you an example. This is the kind of relationship I have with Turki Al-Sheikh, right? After last week, after the show, I thought it was a brilliant show in New York, right? And I was really pleased. One thing you have to understand about Turkey, he does have some faults, does amazing things for boxing, but he is very passionate and he cares about the sport. And he was very proud of the show that he put on last week. So I said to Turki Al-Sheikh, this is at 12:15 a.m. after the show. "Great show. Congratulations." He replied, "Fuck you." And that was it. And I said, "Thank you. That is the last time I'm ever going to be nice to you." And he's like, laughing face. Like, he's brilliant company.
Just a very funny character.
Yeah,
right?
but also, I think he likes me because I will speak my mind and the truth to him. Sometimes we don't really fall out, but like, yeah. So I don't know where we went with that. But
he wants to make Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul. Your thoughts?
I think we'd be up for the conversation. I mean,
I'm going to just show you Nakisa's comments since then as well. Oh. Is that a bit of an ego comment?
Yeah, of course it is.
There?
Jake Paul is the only person that decides what Jake Paul wants to do. I provide my advice, as do his coaches. It's Jake who decides who he fights, always. And whatever he wants to do, MVP and his team will support him. Look, it's easy for me to come out and go, it's not up to Turki El-Sheikh who Anthony Joshua fights. It's up to Anthony Joshua and me. True. But also, we want to work with His Excellency because he's been providing the best opportunities for AJ consistently for a big part of his career. So, it won't be Turki El-Sheikh who decides who AJ fights. It will be Anthony Joshua. It won't even be me. Yes, he'll ask for my advice. But the bottom line is Turki will have a huge influence as to whether that fight gets made or not. Is he the only person that can make the fight? No. We could make that fight with Jake Paul. But Turki is the guy that could make that fight quicker and potentially for more money. And we would allow him to have those conversations. And I'm happy for him to lead those conversations and come back to us, make us an offer, and we'll sit down with His Excellency to make a deal.
I love seeing Edward drop the ego.
Do you know what? I've got to be honest with you. Like, my ego has actually
reduced.
Yeah. I just want a nice time. I just want a lovely time. And I'm having a lovely time at the moment. I'm not having any arguments. We're making great fights. The business is in tremendous place. I'm looking unbelievable. And yeah, I'm just enjoying what I'm doing.
People were saying you were going to pack it in 5 months ago.
It's like people say, oh, I've heard you're retiring. Don't be daft. What am I going to do with myself?
You would be so bored.
Of course I would.
I remember when we done Opatara at the start of the year, and you fucking never messaged me, right? You were literally, I'm like, you going to Australia then, mate? Like, when we getting out there, you'd had a week off and you were sick of being off.
Why you again?
Because I told you it's the Stomping Ground. It's
we're
about
talking
me,
about, talk about, Eddie Hearn retiring.
And
Yeah,
how
because when
much
I
you
was in
love the
Australia,
game.
it's nothing.
How much you love the game. I'm giving a reference to the viewers, mate. I'm
Honestly.
breaking the fourth wall. Another
Listen,
bit of
I'm not
English
going
language.
anywhere. I love it.
Benn Shalom, BBC. What do you make of it all?
What is it? Been announced?
No, but like rumours circulating.
Yeah, it's on iPlayer, apparently.
Yeah. What do you
same
think?
as Dennis Hobson, same as Chris Sanagar, same as many other promoters that have done it. I mean, look, you can blow it up and tell. I mean, look, any platform's good for boxing. You need a big budget, otherwise you can't service your fighters.
Have you spoke to Ben?
No, yeah, I have, because I'll tell you what, I want to say something, and I'll have a little rant here. I was really pissed off because, in my opinion, Ben Shalom stopped the fight happening between Dave Allen and Jamie TKV. So that fight, David Adelaide was to vacate. Now it's either Fraser Clark against Jamie TKV. TKV is the mandatory. It's either TKV against Fraser Clark or TKV against Dave Allen. I love Fraser, but how is he got picked over Dave Allen to fight for the British title? He got spondoodled by Fabio. And I know he's come back against a win against Ebenezer Tetty's a good Ebenezer good geezer, and Dave Allen's just had arguably beat Johnny Fisher in the first fight, very close fight, and knocked him out in one of the biggest fights in front of 10,000 at the Copper Box. He should have got the order. About a month ago, more probably 6 weeks ago, I said to Ben, we want to do Dave Allen against Jamie TKV. TKV's team were reaching out to me direct. Ben said, yeah, you can speak to them, blah, blah, blah. We spoke to them. We sent everybody a contract. Jamie TKV signed a contract to fight Dave Allen and sent it to Boxer and said, I've signed it, send it to Matchroom. They said, oh, we're going to get in touch with Matchroom. There's a few bits. Radio silence for a month. A month, right? Because what they were trying to do was to try and convince the board to do Fraser Clark against Jamie TKV. Where TKV said, no, I don't want that fight. I want to fight Dave Allen. I've had an opportunity. It's an incredible opportunity for me. I want that fight. At that stage, you do as you're fucking told. You don't go quiet. You act in the best interest of your fighter. If they sign that deal, we go to the board and we say, this fight is done, and that gets done for the British title. But what they wanted to do was slow play it so Fraser could fight TKV. And now TKV... he's probably going to pull out the Fraser Clark fight because we can make the Dave Allen fight for the Commonwealth title. And I said to Ben today, you're bang out of order because you don't even have a date for Fraser Clark. Oh, well, no, it wasn't that. Fraser Clark was pushing me. I said, forget Fraser Clark. You've got a job to do for Jamie TKV. You can't stop a fighter from taking an opportunity that they want to take. So now, TKV could have headlined in Sheffield for the British and Commonwealth title against Dave Allen, and they've stopped him from doing it just because they wanted to put in for a fight that they don't even have a date for. Makes me sick. And I told Shalom, you've got 48 hours to sort it. So let's see what he does.
Edgar Berlanga Hamrap gate.
A load of bollocks. I've had questions today. Wow, huge controversy here about.
There's none.
I don't even represent Hamza Shiraz, and I'm out here
defending Hamza Shiraz.
Because I know Hamza Shiraz. Well, firstly, I know that with the New York State Athletic Commission, you cannot go for a piss without them sitting on the toilet seat with you, holding your old boy. They are on you, non-stop. What do people think? Like, both teams watch the hand wraps, right? Do you think so? The hand gets wrapped, then everyone watches the glove go on. What do you think? He just nips outside and puts a horseshoe in his glove. Like, it's just pathetic. Take your licks. You got beat. You got, it's madness. Madness. And I don't even represent either guy, and I'll get asked a question, but I've got to be honest, it's ridiculous.
Right, Edward, finally, I'm going to make it about me again. I need a fucking pep talk, son, right? We're in Latina heaven, we're in fucking Dallas, mate. If you are young Charlito Parsons, as we're calling it in these kind of Mexican sides, 22 years of age, stepping out tonight into the bar setting, what are you doing? You put my head on
To be honest with you, you're so cringe. I don't want to discuss this. I just want to talk boxing. I feel like you try and drag me into your sordid world, at
Which
46 years of age.
For you,
I don't need PR, Charlie.
You do need
I don't need PR.
You are a star.
I don't need to be talking about your social life.
People
I am
my age, Edward,
a Hall of Fame boxing promoter,
me.
and I will not be conversing with you on such discrepancies and such awful activities.
You've changed your mind, mate.
I have. I've
You've
changed
your mind.
and I won't be discussing
Game's
again
gone,
on
ref.
boxing only.
Game's
Thank
gone,
you.
ref. Cheers, guys.
Live only on DAZN, he silenced Britain's best, Usyk the Brit Breaker, but now the dynamite is ready to explode. One night, one shot at Undisputed, Usyk versus Dubois 2, July 19th. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.